Alexandra, just saw your post about having come to France and was told that you could not, you wouldn't be able to learn the language or even the language you wouldn't be able to get a product management job. And, that's pretty typical in France. I came here 32 years ago, okay? And well, I came 32 years ago and I came back 31 years ago after a year back in the States. And I did a master's degree in like 1 year, just rocked it, got the top scores except for one class. And that one class was a lexicology class. And at the end of the year, and actually during that year, I was preparing to teach I was doing my master's degree, but I was actually already offered a summer position as the department head and the professor of all of the linguistics classes done at the Summer Institute of Linguistics in the French linguistics program, where you got to teach it all in French, but it's not French linguistics; it's teaching linguistics in French. Of a program that I'd studied under 2 years before. It was all of the linguistics classes, all the intro classes. So I was department head as a master's student. Okay, well, having finished that. Um, and so I remember taking my final exam um, during that master's degree during June, just before I went off to do the teaching, and and I'd prepared that whole year to actually come and do this class in the summer, so I was all ready to do that. And the class for the summer final exam for this lexicology class, in which I took like 4 or 5 or 6 classes for that class. I had prepared my master's thesis stuff, and they had a hat. And in the hat, you got to take a piece of paper out of there. It's got a question on it. And the question was a pretty generic question, just how does this book relate to linguistics? And so I remember answering the question. I actually, with all of this experience, because I was preparing classes, I'd done a lot of field work already, linguistics field work, and I had already prepared these like 10 classes in linguistics. With all the library reading material in French about basically African languages or Caribbean languages. And I remember going in and answering and I prepared 5 different scenarios, 5 different sub areas where I had actually done work and done this. And I came up and answered the question, started with the question and answered. And it's okay. And then the second one, she says, but that's not linguistics. And I said, what do you mean? She says, well, that's not linguistics. I said, what do you mean? This is linguistics. I teach this stuff. And then I finally figured out what she wanted. I said, oh, you mean that's not general theoretical linguistics? She says, of course. I said, that's not what your question said. Your question said linguistics, and I'm sorry, but these sub areas of linguistics, whether it be psycholinguistics, whether it be pragmatics, whether it be sociolinguistics, are valid areas of linguistics, and I'm a teacher of this in the program that actually allows all transfer credits back here to get a bachelor's degree. So you're going to listen to me. Okay, you're going to listen to me. So I made her go through like 20 minutes of just going through all my stuff. Bam, 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 bam. Give her five case studies. Everybody behind me who was preparing their questions was just laughing. They were just squirming and laughing the whole time. And they told me in the hallway afterwards, you gave her a course, you gave her a class. Well, she's at the end of the class. She says, I've taken into consideration your vast experience and all this for the note, and she gave me 12 out of 20. I mean, 12 is just what a joke, joke. Um, that threw down my whole actually grade average, my grade point average for that degree. So I didn't get the high honors. So it's kind of like, great, thank you very much. Um, then, because I was teaching actually in the department, I was actually teaching English classes in the linguistics department for all the students that were in first year, because I was a lecturer as well while doing my master's degree. And she dared to come up to me in the class in the professor's mailbox room, and ask me if she could borrow my paper that I wrote on the semantics of Creole languages, of folklore study, if she could borrow it to use it so I got those ding 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 stuff coming up with LinkedIn, but I'm not going to look at it. And she asked me if she could borrow this to use it for her class. I said, sure, whatever. So it's kind of like, You don't borrow stuff unless you like it, right? So she was just kind of like, I blew that one off. That's kind of typical. And I've been, I've my LinkedIn profile is full of awards. I mean, from high school through national honor societies, every single degree of I've ever gotten, plus the prestigious Who's Who of America, among Who's Who of students in the American colleges and universities. Kind of, so this is kind of a joke. Um, so I came here and just like I've just kind of set aside anybody that says, trying to tell me to stop shining. Okay, I just kind of blow them off. Um, I've learned to just kind of disregard them and just do it anyways. And I've done that for 30 years. So yeah, you just don't pay attention to them. Now you got to deal with them, and sometimes you have to blow them off nicely, and sometimes you have to kind of go around them, and sometimes you have to go above them and bypass them and do what you got to do. So, but a good book for you to read, a really really good book for you to read, is actually you should read my article on working with the French, which is a 4-page article in a business magazine called Multilingual Magazine. And I'm actually doing right now. I'm doing 2 series of books, well 3 actually, video books free. One is the Working with the French, and it's a video series of that article, which I'm breaking down because I get more space because that's video, right? So I'm actually doing that right now. I already got 2 of them up on my YouTube channel. So Jeff Allen France, Jeff Allen France, Jeff Allen French, one word, no hyphenations. So in fact, go up my LinkedIn profile and look at the banner, and it's got my banner behind my photo. There is my my YouTube channel, and then just go to that, and there is a section on cross-cultural stuff, and there's a how to working with the French one. I've got 2 of the videos of like, I don't know, 10 or 15 that are coming along that I'm doing, and I'm doing those in addition to my other video book called Understanding and Working with Americans. I'm doing that one too. And I got another one coming I'm working on in parallel. It's called Working with Germans. So kind of got 3 of them right now with other stuff. So, so plus I do a lot of technology stuff, and I do all kinds of other stuff. But those will be interesting to you, I think. Um, so the working with the French will be interesting because I've actually revealed a lot of things. I'm going to reveal a lot more in the video format of the book, which I'm just doing 3 or 4 things in parallel plus my work. So it's kind of like I have to put them out as fast as I can create them. And since all this Ukraine and Russia thing's kind of hitting right now in the middle of this, so I got to deal with that too. So I got plenty of other things going on. But yeah, just subscribe to my channel, and you'll see the videos come out on working with the French and working with the Germans and working with Americans. So, and I'm gonna probably get one on working with the people from the Caribbean and working with the folks from China and working with the Indians from the Indian subcontinent. I've got several coming along, kind of to fill in the cross cultural gap stuff. So the kind of stuff you're talking about, I'm gonna cover all this, in anecdotes. Anecdotes as case studies of the things I'm mentioning. So in the article, so or in the video, the video series, called books or training or whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. It's all free. So I don't charge for this stuff. So it's free knowledge. So yeah, go check it out, and hopefully that'll confirm some things you've gone through, and give you some things to kind of point to and all that. So have a good day.